Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow motivators, welcome to Jakarta Motivator Toastmasters Club. A fun place for us to learn and grow together. It is a pleasure to have you guys here. I hope you enjoy and gain insights. But as a first timer, of course, questions are popped out in your mind, like what is Jakarta Motivator Toastmasters? What is Toastmasters? And so on. So basically, Jakarta Motivator Toastmasters is an English public speaking club originating from Toastmasters International. In this event and typical regular meeting of Toastmasters, we will have 3 main sessions. The first one is prepared speech, where our member can deliver speech based on our curriculum. The second one is table topic. It is an impromptu speech, where any one of us, either guest, member, or even the first timer, you can try to deliver an impromptu speech based on the meeting theme, and the topic will be revealed by the topic master. And the third session is evaluation, because we believe that there is always room for improvement for us to learn. Whatever our skill level, we can learn from evaluation. And our meeting runs every first, third, and fifth Wednesday of every month. So hope you enjoy and gain insights. And this meeting will be led by an MC, or we call it Toastmasters of the meeting. For this meeting, we will have Toastmaster Nanda as our Toastmaster of the meeting. Hi, Toastmaster Nanda. The time is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hans. So, hello everyone. Wait a moment, yeah. Okay. Yes. Welcome to Jakarta Motivator Toastmaster Club. And let me share my screen to know better about our theme for tonight. Okay, so our theme for tonight is gather your rosebuds while you may. And this is the quotes that we gather for tonight. It's from Dalai Lama. The past is a past and the future is yet to come. That means the future is your hands. The future entirely depends on the present. That realization gives you a great responsibility. We realized recently, probably people around our age, we worry too much about the future and sometimes we regret our past. So that's why I wish in this moment we can, at least for 2 hours, we can enjoy our present moment and be present. So before we start, I want to ask some guests and visiting Toastmaster, probably guest Tika.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, welcome to
Hi.
Jakarta Motivator Toastmaster. Guest Tika,
Thank you.
how is your day and have you ever worried your future or regret your past recently? Do you have any tips how to deal with it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would say, for sure. First of all, thank you very much for welcoming me here. So this is my first time joining this Toastmaster event, and for sure, yes. Lately, I've been really actually put a lot of thinkings about my future, what it's look like, maybe in the next 5 years or 10 years, and somehow I regret a lot of things that have been happened in the past, and it make me wonder why I didn't use this time useful. I mean, I'm thinking that I waste a lot of times in the past, but now I think it's not the thing, but the solution is actually it's actually important to move forward, because if we always thinking about the past, and then I think we will not move anywhere. So I think it's time to move on. And then I try to actually put any plan that I can do now. That's the things. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Yes, because sometimes we are too worried about our future and yeah, regret the past. I think it's very normal, but I just realized that we only have this moment. The past cannot be changed and the future hasn't been arrived, I guess. I mean, like, yeah, we are still, even I don't know what will happen in the 1 second later, right? So thank you
Exactly.
for sharing with us. How about I wanna ask Toastmaster Attila?
Hi, Toastmasters of the meeting, Toastmaster Tanda.
Yes, hi. Can you share with us about your worries recently and how to deal with it?
I guess everyone has the same thought, yeah. Like we never know like how the pandemic, when is the pandemic will end. But for me, is the thing that we can do is just be careful and be aware. I mean, like to protect yourself, maybe have your body do some vaccination, or else just hope that everything will get better soon.
So what will you do to be enjoy your present moment right now and to be less worried about your future or this pandemic especially?
For me, being grateful, I think is the most important thing that we can do. Maybe like have some contact with your old friends and with your family. If you are living apart with your family, have some video calls and some chit chat will help.
Yes, agree. I think right now asking how are you is not just how to say that, just a small talk. It's very sincere to say, are you okay? Okay, thank you Toastmaster Attila for sharing with us. Okay, I think I will ask once more or two people again who how about Dia? Dia, do you want to share with us? And can you turn on your camera? Hi, Dia. I think she's not able to speak. How about Tia? Are you guest or Toastmaster from another club?
Hi, I'm a guest. Yeah,
Hi,
I
welcome.
I used to be a member like many years ago. Yeah. So yes. About
Yes.
the
Yes, I just want to ask, can you share with us about your worries recently? But that's very okay if you don't want to share and how to deal with it.
Hi, yeah. About my worries, I think I have a lot of worries because nowadays as I work from home, I am alone. So sometimes my mind's only think about all the worries. So what usually I do is every few hours, every 2 hours, actually I would take a break and just do a 1 minute meditation. It helps me to focus on the positivity, focus on my breathing, and then helps me to focus on my work again. And then I worry less. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Yes, people say meditation is the one way to be present, and I also do that. But sometimes our mind have like a lot of distraction when we do meditation. Like so suddenly it comes up. Well, I forgot to turn off my laptop. Oh, I forgot to this. And yeah, it's very difficult to get the focus. Thank you, Toastmaster Tia, for sharing.
Welcome.
Okay, I think once more from Toastmaster Xiaoqi, wanna share?
Sorry, what?
Yes, about your worries recently and how to deal with it.
I have a lot of worries in life, actually. One of the recent worries that I receive is actually for my thesis, because thesis season is going to be next semester. And I'm very worried about a lot of things in that part. And yeah, in terms of worries, regret, I mean, in terms of the things that I've been recently handled for the past month. I mean, 2 weeks ago, my grandpa died. Rest in peace. And after that, there's a lot of worries about a lot of stuff. Sometimes I think I have a lot of things to regret, just like a lot of people. I have a lot of things that I regret doing in the past, but yeah, everything that is in the past, we cannot change it whatsoever. We worried about the future, but the future isn't here. So we need to worry about the things that are happening right now. So yeah, I hope that I can, basically the things that I'm hoping right now in the present, like in this very moment right now, is keep my insanity a little bit. Try to boost my mood a little bit, because I've been having a lot of problems like that as well. And yeah, just hopefully I just hope for the best, I guess. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah. First of all, I want to say deep condolence to your family and about for your grandfather. I believe he already in the eternal peace. So that's very okay to feel sad for a short moment, because I believe feeling is also a temporary. It will comes and goes, and that's very okay to feel it. I wish you can enjoy our meeting tonight. Thank you, Toastmaster Xiaoqi. So yeah, we already heard some stories for our guests and our visiting Toastmaster. And like I said, worried about the future and also regret our past is very normal. We can avoid it as easy as we say, just be present. Yes, and that's why I want to ask all people in here to enjoy the present moment with us, with Toastmaster, Jakarta Motivator Toastmaster, and I'll gather some tips from life hack about how we can enjoy our present. This is 5 reasons to live in the moment, like our theme for tonight. First, the present moment is the only moment we can control right now. Like I said, we can change the future because it hasn't happened yet. And we can also change the past, but we can fix the present moment that we have. Secondly, is each moment is a gift. Like I already said also, saying how are you, asking how are you right now is a very sincere for the friendship that we have. It's not only like a small talk, but we are still surviving right now. It's very a gift, because yeah, some people have a better destiny to pass away first. Third, being present is great to stress reducer. I think, yeah, when we realize we only live in this present moment, we can have less of worries or less of stress, because we know the future hasn't happened yet, and we still can make a plan to create our future better. Fourth, plans often don't manifest themselves the way you want or expect. I heard this from my friends. He is a psychologist, and he said like, we can have a hope for the future, but some aspect is under over our control. So we can control everything, and when it happens, it's not our mistake. We don't need to blame ourselves, because as a human, we have limited access or limited control for all the things in this world. And the last is living in the present will make you happier. Actually, I'm trying to implement it for now because I somehow worried about my future, and also, yeah, being overthinking all the time, like all the millennials goes. And I wish we can cherish our present moment right now. So, fellow Toastmaster and guests, before we start our session for tonight, I want you to unmute yourself and say with me, I promise to enjoy my time in this present moment. I promise to enjoy my time in this present moment. I'll count 1 till 3, and then we can say it together. 1, 2, 3. I promise
to
enjoy
enjoy
my time in
my
this
time
present moment.
this
moment.
present moment.
Thank you so much, and please applause for yourself. Okay, so let's start the session by call our GE for tonight. Our GE for tonight will be Toastmaster Redika. Toastmaster Redika, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the meeting, Toastmaster Nanda. Okay, good morning, everyone. I would love to have a morning spirit, so I would love to greet you all with good morning. I'll be the general evaluators for today's meeting. At the end of the meeting, I will evaluate how the meeting run by far, and I will share my feedback for the betterment of the upcoming meeting. And I won't be alone today. Luckily, I have a team that will help me to run the meeting smoothly. First, let me introduce you to today's role takers. Starting from the grammarian, Toastmaster Hegi. Please, for Toastmaster Hegi, explain your role as a grammarian shortly.
All right. Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Redika. Good morning, everyone. Following
Morning.
Toastmaster Redika spirit, let's have a morning spirit. So I will be your grammarian for tonight. And as a grammarian, my role is to monitor the use of language throughout the meeting. In this case, in this meeting, the language is English, so I'll be monitoring the use of English. And I will also, I believe I should also introduce the word of the day. Yeah? So the word of the day for today is immersive. Sorry, immerse.
Immerse.
Immerse. So immerse means to how do you say that? To enjoy, I guess, the presence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, let me check it. Yeah, immerse, but to plunge or dip into fluid. That doesn't sound right. But anyway, immersing in the present means to actually enjoy and absorb the environment. Be present, be immersive to whatever knowledge, whatever new things that are available for you to learn and to hear about. So be immerseful. I'm not sure if that's the correct word. Right. Anyway, yeah. So I'll be monitoring your language, and the word of the day, please use it as much as possible, is immerse. Thank you. Back to General Evaluator.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Hegi. So yeah, let's immerse on the meeting and living in moment, just like the team, today's team. Okay, next we will have another role taker, Toastmaster Sandra, as a timer. This is her first time as a role taker, so yeah, you must be excited, right? Let's explain your role.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Hello, Toastmasters and other guests. I'm Sandra, and I will be your timer tonight. I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and also the evaluators. So I will alert and take note of how many times spent for your speech and evaluations. Sometimes if we are too immersed in our speech and our moment, maybe we tend to forget time and pass the maximum limit. But here I will remind you what are the maximum time for each of the sessions. For table topic speakers, you will need to limit your remarks to no more than 2 minutes. For evaluation sessions, you will have only 3 minutes max. And for prepared speakers, you will have 5 to 7 minutes. And we also have edu speech tonight, which is you will have 10 to 15 minutes. All the best, guys.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Sandra for explaining your role. So yeah, we can be immersed but still be attentive of the time that we use, especially when we are to deliver our speech, right? Whether it be impromptu speakers speaking or prepare speech. So immerse but still be attentive. And next, thank you, Toastmaster Sandra. And next we have another role taker, Toastmaster Alita, that will explain her role as BOD counter today. Toastmaster Alita, please explain your role.
All right. Thank you so much, Madam GE. So happy morning, my fellow Toastmasters and all the guests. So I am Attila, and for tonight, I will be serving as your ANWOD counter. For those of you that haven't familiar yet with ANWOD counter, so as the ANWOD counter, I will be doing my job. So during your speech, as we know that today we have 3 sessions, table topic, prepared speech, and evaluation. So during your speech, I will be take notes regarding some long pauses during your speech or any and some repeated words. So I hope that so at the end of the meeting, I will be giving my report back. And as Toastmasters Hegi say, don't forget to mention our word of the day today, which is immerse. So I think that's all from me. Over to you, Madam GE.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Alita, for explaining your role. So please use word of the day today, as we have a VOD counter that will use your utterance regarding our today's word of the day, and as well some verbal pauses as well. So we have next role taker, the last role taker, ballot counter. Toastmaster Melisa, please explain your role shortly as a ballot counter.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Redika. Hello, everyone. My name is Melisa. I will be the ballot counter for tonight's meeting. My job is to launch a poll after the table topic session has finished. Because in our club culture, if there's only 2 prepared speakers, we don't do voting, but we will do some voting for the table topic speakers. I will launch the poll after table topic session ended, and I will give you the report who is the winner of our table topic session at the end of our meeting. I think that's all from me. Back to our GE.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Melisa. So yeah, we will have 1 voting session today for impromptu speaking session or table topic master. For evaluation and prepare speech, we don't have a voting session because we only have 1 prepare speaker and 1 evaluator as well. So that's all the role takers introductions from me. Over to you, Toastmaster Nanda, as Toastmaster of the meeting.
Okay, thank you Toastmaster Redika for explaining your role and your rangers for tonight, introducing your rangers, I mean. So without any further ado, we start our first session, which is prepare speech. For tonight, we will have two speakers. The first one is Toastmaster Redika and the second one is Toastmaster Hansel. But for Toastmaster Redika, as the speaker one, she will introduce about her project, so she doesn't need the evaluator. It's about level 5 project 1 team building. She will announce her project before the execution. The time is 2 till 3 minutes. Please pay attention to the timer and her pathway about motivational strategy. So without any further ado, let's call Toastmaster Redika again for delivering her project. Thank you.
Okay, thank you with me again. So yeah, I will have an event on 14th of August. It's actually already started. The episode 1, Motivator Corner. So we will have yet another round, episode 2, and in which I'll be the host this time. So yeah, dear fellow Toastmasters and members and guests, as the vice president of the club, I would love to let you guys know the pathways in which it's the core and the heart of Toastmaster educational program. It is a guideline and signature that will mold us into the best versions of ourselves. Thus, it is important to know what pathways is and how it works in Toastmasters. Whether it be you're a member or a guest at the moment who are about to join the club, it's important to have proper and extensive knowledge on pathways especially. So once you join, you will know how Toastmaster, especially pathway, works. If you are already a member, you still need. I suggest you to join the meeting, because by learning the courses over in your chosen pathways, it will definitely bring the best of you with your personal improvement. Hence, I would love to announce our upcoming episode of Motivator Corner that will further introduce us about pathways. The event will be regular. It will be bi-weekly. The next will be as stated on the poster on 14th of August. At least there are three benefits that you will gain from joining our live Instagram show. First, in the insight about pathways in Toastmaster, I will invite a guest speaker. This time I will have Toastmaster Hansel Joseph Tambu Bolon. They're already in his level 4 of leader development, and I believe he knows full well how pathways work in Toastmaster. So for those who still don't have a big picture about pathways, joining this event will get you enlightened. And it will as well add reason why Toastmaster is the right place to practice your communication and leadership skill in English. And second benefit, how pathways impact your personal development. Taking pathways in Toastmaster will give us an immense impact on our personal development, as I've experienced it myself. For the guests, we will have a sharing section with the guest speaker on his experience as a Toastmaster members who as well takes these pathways. And the last benefit, you will know how to choose pathways. So choosing the right pathways is crucial if we are to mold ourselves and the potential that we have to the best of our ability. So there are at least 10 pathways in Toastmasters that already thoughtfully and comprehensively formulated to the benefit of its members. It works in an integrated way. So I suggest you to join, because our guest speaker and me as well will share his insight on how to choose the right pathways for us. So all in all, I would love to invite all of you here to join our live Instagram show, for it will get you acquaintance better to the heart of Toastmasters educational program. Please remember the time on the poster, and you can ask question as well in the event by sending us comments, as because we will have a question and answer session too. So everyone, let's get acquainted with pathways and don't miss out the event. I'll hand back the control to Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Nanda.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Redika. Yeah, we heard a little bit echo for your voice, but your message is very clear about our Instagram Live Motivator Corners. So please, everyone, don't forget to turn on the notification of our Instagram profile to know when will air the Motivator Corners. The topic will be very interesting, and you can also have Q&A with us about the Toastmaster, of course, and about the theme. So what the next episode themes, or is it still secret to spoil it, Toastmaster Redika?
It's a secret still. What do you mean?
It's a secret. The next theme for Motivator's Corner.
Oh yeah, of course it's a secret.
When it will be held?
Oh, for my event, it will be 14th of August. The theme is already revealed, right? Let's get acquaintance to pathways. Meanwhile, for the next episode, we will already have the theme, but we can't reveal it at the moment. But we will surely announce it on the meeting, though, so don't worry.
Okay, so everyone, please, August 14 at 7:30 p.m., right? Yes. Please open your Instagram and click Jakarta Motivators Instagram to watch our Motivator Corners. We will wait for you in our Instagram Live on Motivator Corners. Thank you, Toastmaster Redika.
You're welcome.
Okay, so the next speaker will be Toastmaster Hansel, and his evaluator will be Toastmaster Stephanie. So before we call Toastmaster Hansel, please call our evaluator, Toastmaster Stephanie, to explain about Toastmaster Hans' page for tonight. Toastmaster Stephanie, where are you?
I'm here.
You are. Okay, so the screen is yours, Toastmaster Stephanie.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Nanda, our Toastmaster of the meeting. Hi, everyone. So you're in for a treat because Toastmaster Hansel Joseph is going to present his project, which is the third project of level 1 of his new pathway, which is motivational strategies. And this this project is researching and presenting. And the speech title is The Trap of Early Confidence. The purpose of this project is for Toastmaster Hans to learn or review basic research method and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. So we'll be really curious about what's the topic that he's going to present today. And then he will present a well-organized, well-researched speech, and the speech may be humorous, informational, any style that he chooses. Right. So Toastmaster Hans, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. The Trap of Early Confidence, Toastmaster Hans, the Trap of Early Confidence. The screen is all yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow motivators, raise your hand if you have ever seen incompetent people who are highly confident with their skills in that subject. Wow, I see a lot of hands, and I'm sure it is relatable to us. I have seen a lot of incompetent people who are like that. Even worse, at certain occurrences, I was that person. I was just fortunate enough to realize that thing and start to correct myself for greater good later. I would like to share my screen about this issue. the trap of early confidence. Let's have some sample occurrences. This is real life story. In 1995, MacArthur Wheeler tried to rob 2 banks in a broad daylight without camouflage, but he rubbed lemon juice in his face. For a disclaimer, this story is only for informational use. I don't encourage you to do any criminal attempt, so please don't do criminal attempts. At that time, he thought that lemon juice could make his face invisible to videotape cameras. No digital cameras at that time in typical bank, but videotape cameras. But how could he be that dumb? Let's see in other cases. I think it is relatable to us. We have seen a lot of things like this in social media, in neighborhood, or even in our family, especially in the group, WhatsApp group, I mean. The statement that denies science, they easily believe misleading information just after watching short videos or reading forwarded group message. And they assume that they already graduated from WhatsApp University. So what is the phenomena behind those things? There was a research in 1999 by Justin Kruger and David Dunning. They formulated the Dunning-Kruger effect. Let's see the chart. This chart is created by Visval Kandeval later to make us easier to understand this thing. Can you see my pointer? Looks like a hand. I point out at the bottom left corner. So the horizontal axis is competence, or skill, or knowledge. And the vertical axis is confidence, or how much we perceive or we think that we know. Okay? People with low competence tend to be highly confident. They think that they know everything. But when they are building up their skills or knowledge, their confidence starts to decline. Until a certain point, both confidence and skills are gradually increasing in proportional way. So how could it be a huge spike in the beginning? There is an euphoria. It happens to me too. When I started to learn anything like a new music instrument, I felt like, that's easy. The truth, I only knew a small part of it, but not the whole part of it. There were blind spots that avoid me to realize that there are so many things that I don't know. And there are 4 predictions made by Dunning and Kruger about incompetent individuals. The first one, they dramatically overestimate their ability. Basically, this one is more about ego problem. They have inflated ego. For certain cases, even worse could be megalomania or even narcissism. The second one, they are less able to recognize competence in that particular domain. Because of lack of competence means lack of ability to assess their competence. Number 3 looks similar, but this kind of assessment is more of peer comparison. How can they compare their competence with others in the same domain? And number 4, this is the phenomena that is explained in the graph. They can recognize their shortcomings after increasing competency. Because when they increase their competency, they realize that there are a lot of things that they don't know and they need to know. It will increase the metacognitive skills, or the skill to assess their competency. It makes us think, how do we overcome this phenomena? Divya Jacob formulated these practical tips. The first one, we need to think before concluding. Don't jump too fast into conclusion. We need to think structure. We need to have structured approach to know more about this domain. Number two, we need to accept criticism because we are not the best in that thing. So let's accept criticism, especially from the accountable people. Number three, question about knowledge. Stay hungry, stay foolish, ask better question. You will receive better answer. To conclude, I would like to say this quote from my favorite author, Ray Dalio, in his book, Principles for Success. Triangulate your view with believable people who are willing to disagree. So you have your point of view, compare it with other people who are accountable enough, and practice thoughtful disagreement so you can know what are you missing and you can bridge the gap in that lack of knowledge or competence. Here are some resources that I've researched, basically 4 resources that we have seen in the citation. And to conclude my speech, stay hungry, stay foolish, build your confidence and competence together. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Hans, for your explanation. Wow, yes, it's very interesting to know, yeah, about what's the theory? I forgot. Can you repeat it?
Dunning-Kruger effect.
Yes, Dunning-Kruger effect. Actually, I just watched a video several weeks ago on YouTube about that, and wow, it's very how to say that, it's very dangerous if we feel that we know everything and be more arrogant because of our knowledge. So thanks for sharing and thanks for remind us that we shouldn't do that. Thank you. So okay, fellow Toastmaster and guests, are you still in your present moment and in your present spirit? If yes, please give me your heart or your sticker heart like this. Wow, wow, yes, because your support can boost my mood and the way I conduct this meeting for tonight. Thank you for your heart and sarangi. Okay, so the next session, before we jump to table topic session, we have special edu speech from our member, Toastmaster Melisa. She will share about how to support your friend in grief. The time is 10 till 15 minutes. And to be honest, when the first time I heard about the theme, I just can't wait to know how to support our friend in grief because this pandemic, I don't know if it happens to you, but for me, I found bad news or bad news from my close friend or even my friends on any social media that I have, literally for each social media. I wish we can support each other and to, how to say that? To wait until this pandemic over. So without any further ado, please welcome Toastmaster Melisa. Toastmaster Melisa, how to support your friend in grief. The screen is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nanda. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Thank you for the opportunity for me to be here talking about what you just heard about earlier, how to support our friends in grief. To be honest, I wouldn't call this an educational speech because, well, I don't have professional or educational background to support my personal sharing. I would call my speech is a personal sharing because this is based on my own experience and also based on some of the story of my friends. Well, friends, death is inevitable in our lives, and whether we like it or not, It is something that we need to encounter in our life to deal with the grief and the loss. It is never easy, and personally, I still think I would not even get better handling it. And this year, 2021, I heard too many sad news of people passing away, unfortunately. And the two news that really affects me to this day is when I heard, it is between June and July, that two of my closest friends, both of them lost their mothers due to COVID. In both occurrence, when I heard about the news, I didn't know what to do. I was shocked. I felt helpless, speechless, and awkward also. What should I do? I don't know. I wish I had some magic words to, like if I say to them, I can help ease the pain away, but unfortunately, there is no such words. What did I do at the time? I just stare at my phone for too long, reading the news over and over again. What should I type? And then I just end up typing something, deleted it, typing it again, and it just ended up with some basic condolences sayings like, I'm sorry for your loss. I hope you can get strong, you and your loved ones can be tough in these difficult times, and so on. And well, when I try to imagine if it happens to me, I don't know, man. Like, is there any kind of words that could console me? To be honest, I still don't know, even until now. And as a friend of those who are in grief, I believe that we want to help our friends as best as we can. We just want to support them, be there for them, but maybe we are not really trained to do that, or we're just too awkward and too clueless to do any of these things. Well, then fellow Toastmasters and guests, like, let me elaborate my own idea about how to support our friend in grief. But disclaimer first, this is purely my opinion, my personal opinion, and is not a definitive guide to handle this matter. First, how to support our friends in grief is, the first one I believe is give them the most support, give them like the most support in their initial days of loss. I asked my friend who had lost his father before, and what helped you go through all these hard times? And he said the presence of his friends has truly helped him. The question of, is there anything I can do to help, or just being there through the funeral process was meaningful for him. However, we know that in this peculiar time of pandemic COVID-19, our options to help became limited, but it is not down to zero. There is still other options. There is still many other ways. For example, we can send them some food. We can help them with their work if we can, if it's possible. And also we can keep checking on them, on their condition, offer them our time if they ever need us to talk. Just take some action. Like our friends may be too overwhelmed to think about some trivial things. Just let's help them ease their mind a little bit. Yeah, just do something. And then another thing that you can do in the initial stage of loss, it is my suggestion, but I believe that this is important, is try to refrain yourself and refrain others from asking the cause or the chronology of the death. Just why should you make them relive the trauma again and again? And what's good in it for you anyways? Like, if it brings nothing positive but just to satisfy your curiosity, just stop yourself. Or maybe if you really have to know, as others who know the story and as others who know the story who are more mentally strong and stable to do it. And then the second support, the second kind of, maybe the second phase of support that you can give is support them in their journey to move forward and heal themselves. Not the move forward and heal themselves. Conscious choice of someone to move forward after huge loss in their life is a courageous decision. It is not easy at all. Then what can we do? What can we do to support our friends during this tough journey? Well, maybe for example, you can listen to them, you can give your time to them, be there when they need someone to talk to, and maybe they just need an ear to listen. Not, maybe at the end of the day, they don't need your solution. They just need your presence. And then another example is if they admit that they need to seek professional help, accompany them without judgment. Or maybe if you see that you think they need those professional help, offer it to them, but don't rush the process. And maybe another example is doing something positive with them, like taking them to volunteer works, make them feel good about themselves, or maybe help them to surround themselves with people who truly love and care for them. And then I just want to remind you all, please note that you are not responsible to fix their broken heart, no matter how close you are with each other. It is their own responsibility, and it's only them who can do that. It's only them who can fix their own state. It's only them who can fix their heartbreak. You can support them, but you can rush the process. Everyone copes differently, and everyone needs different time. And also, I want you guys to remember that this whole journey of support, it's about them. So if things don't go as well as you expected it to be, don't take it personally. For example, if you try to help them and they reject, think that you have given your all, but you think that they don't, they seem not to make any progress. Remember, once again, it's not about you, it's about them. Just take a step back and refrain yourself. And then when I trying to reflect on this concept of grief, I thought about one simple analogy that could help me, and I hope you as well can understand this kind of situation. This analogy may not be perfect and may not be for everyone, but here it goes. Imagine that by default, everyone has a glass. Just imagine this as a glass. I don't have clear glass. And everyone has a glass of water, and to function properly, we need this glass to be fully filled. The glass itself represents our heart, and the water represents the emotional and the mental strength, also represents love and happiness inside of us. In the case of loss and heartbreak and pain, anger, shame, or anything that can give negative aspect in our lives, the glass becomes damaged. And what will happen if the glass is damaged? The water starts leaking everywhere up until the point maybe there is no water left. There is no water left. And what if there's no water left? Emptiness in the glass, in our heart as well. Well, we cannot see that happen. We cannot let that happen. What can we do as a friend? Well, maybe what we can do, I thought, is maybe we can give some of our water to our friends. Give them our love and support for them to maintain their emotional and mental strength. Well, then there may be questions. If I keep giving them my water, wouldn't my water be depleted as well? Well, friends, This is the funny thing about love and happiness, which was represented by the water in this glass. Because love and happiness is the special thing in this world that will be multiplied when shared. I'm saying about happiness that lasts, not just a fleeting moment of happiness, the happiness that lasts. Imagine the true happiness when you share something or when you help someone in need and then you see their faces light up with joy. Those are kind of happiness that would last. Maybe it would like brighten up your whole day or probably like days after that. Those are kind of happiness that you will seek, and those are the kind of source of your water that will fill up your glass. And then, yeah, that's your source of water. And also remember, and after you secure your source of water, you can also give it to your friends in need. And remember also to take care of yourself first before pouring your heart out to somebody else. And then about this analogy of glass and water, there will be another question. Well, it is not sustainable if the glass is still damaged. The water will still be leaking no matter what. Is there anything else I can do? Well, yep, yes, you can do other things. What you can do is handle them a tape. What is this tape represents? This tape represents your soul. This tape represents your support in their healing and their moving forward journey. Just as I shared earlier, maybe you can like be there for them, give them your full attention, give them your support, accompany them to seek professional help if they need to. But yeah, remember, it is just a tape. It is just a temporary solution while your friend fix their own glasses, while your friend fix their own heartbreak. Well, you cannot, it doesn't work like this. You cannot just take away their glass and fix them yourself. It doesn't work like that. It's only them. It's only them who is responsible to get their glass fixed. You can only help by refilling the water and maybe handle them a tape for them to fix the glass themselves. Well, I hope the analogy works. And in conclusion, to summarize what I have been saying all these past 13 minutes, the best way to support your friends in need is by having some empathy. It all comes down by having some empathy. Try to put yourself in other people's shoes first and then work your way up from there. And also remember once again, this is important. In this process, this is not about you, it is about me. That's all from me. Thank you for listening to my personal sharing. I give back the control to Toastmaster Nanda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Melisa. Please stay in here for a moment. All attendants, the visiting Toastmaster and also the guests, please give your heart to Toastmaster Melisa because the sharing is very beautiful and touch my heart. Oh my. Yes, this pandemic, I think in the second year of this pandemic is very hard for us, right? All the businessmen feels the business goes to bankrupt because all the saved money they already spent for the first years. And also, actually my house is in front of the mosque. So 2 weeks ago, I guess, it was like every day, literally every day, I heard announcement of people passed away. And yeah, even though it's not my family, but hearing that news every single day, it will drain our mental. And I think I underline your speech about we cannot take responsibility for people's feeling, but we can feel empathy and share with them. And also my friend who works as psychologist, he said, first of all, the most important thing is help yourself first, then you can help others. Thank you for sharing. It's very, wow, it's very insightful to know about that. Again, thank you, Toastmaster Melisa. Okay, so Wow. Do you believe that our special speech for tonight is very touch your heart? Or, oh my God. If yes, please once again applause for Toastmaster Melisa. I don't exaggerate it, but I feel that it's very touching. Okay, before we start the next session, first of all, I want to ask the timer, Toastmaster Sandra, can you report for our prepared speech in the previous? Are they qualified?
Hello, thank you, Toastmaster Nanda, and good job for all the speakers who has delivered the speeches. I want to report the timer for 3 speakers. Toastmaster Redika has used 3 minutes and 59 seconds. For Toastmaster Hansel has used 7 minutes and 25 seconds. And for Toastmaster Melisa has used 13 minutes and 56 seconds.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Sandra. So all speakers are eligible or qualified when they manage their time, but unfortunately, because the first speaker is about announcement and Toastmaster Melisa is just sharing about her speech, or we can call it edu speech, we only have one speaker, Toastmaster Hans, and for that, we don't have a voting for prepared speech. Okay, so we take the picture first. I invite all Toastmaster and guests to open your camera. We will be glad to see your beautiful face on our Instagram. And please, you can message privately to me or Toastmaster Hans about your Instagram. We will tag you and you will be famous. Oh no, that's kidding. I mean, just, yeah. We will glad to know your Instagram. We can follow each other and keep in touch more. So how about Toastmaster Nova, our guest Nova, and also Toastmaster Edi, Toastmaster Nur, Toastmaster Attila, Toastmaster or guest Ardo Jumriansyah, Toastmaster or guest Bernadetta Femi. Can you open your camera? We will wait 5 seconds, yeah. If they don't have any response, let's take a picture. But I wish they will open their camera so we can see the beautiful smile to support each other in this pandemic. I wish we need a positive vibe to support each other. Okay, still don't have response from them. Okay, I think they are not able to open their camera. Toastmaster Hans, can you help me to take a picture?
Yo, so everyone, stay still and I will count in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Perhaps we can have one more because you may have alternate position, right? Okay. Stay still in another position in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Thank you. That's the photo session. We will update in our story later on.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Hans. So like I told before, I just want to remind again, if you don't mind, please share your ID Instagram. You can chat privately to me or Toastmaster Hans, and we will tag you on our Instagram. Okay, so we already finished the first session, which is prepared speech, and also we all have edu speech with the beautiful topic. The next session will be table topic session. And again, this table topic session will be held by table topic master. For our table topic master for today is Toastmaster Hans. Please call Toastmaster Hans. Toastmaster Hans, are you ready to conduct the table topic session?
Yes, I am ready.
Okay, Toastmaster Hans, the screen is yours.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Hans Tampu speaking, and I will be your topic master for tonight. It is a little bit different than typical table topic, because in typical table topic, we usually just book our slot, and then it works like a mystery box. We choose a random number, and then voila, the topic appears. But I want to make it more favorable for you guys. So I've written down the 9 possible topics here, so you can book your slot there. Please write down, just copy paste. This is, for example, Redika has chosen number 3, meme. So let me do it this way. And please, guys, you can copy and paste in the chat box just like this, so we can see the topic outline and your name. The exact topic will be revealed later when it is your turn to perform this. Come on, come on. And I would like to run this table topic session in order, or should we just start with the very first booking? Oh, it's okay, just from the first booking, yeah. Let me share my screen. Well, which screen to share? A lot of screen. And this is my PowerPoint. Okay, so we swap this. Yo, gather your rosebuds while ye may. Table topic impromptu. Of course, anyone can deliver speech here. And I need to remind you that the exact topic will be revealed on the spot when it is your turn to speak. After the topic is revealed, you have maximum 30 seconds to prepare your thoughts. Or you may also ask a brief explanation about the topic. Perhaps it is unclear, or perhaps I give something too absurd, but we can connect better in this table topic session. The time limit, as mentioned by Toastmaster Sandra, it is still the same. So there are 9 topics available. And let's see. Toastmaster Xiaoqi, you book the first topic. Are you ready, Toastmaster Xiaoqi?
No.
Seriously? I'm sure. You can do it. Yo. So Toastmaster Xiaoqi, this is for you. Pretty simple. How do you feel right now? Feel free to express yourself in your turn.
That's actually very hard to 30 seconds to think, right?
Of course.
Okay, I regret my decision now a little bit. Okay, I think I'm ready. I think, yeah. To be honest with you guys, I have no answer to that question, because there's so much thing that I'm feeling right now. You can say regret, you can say happiness, you can say distress. It's all of it. It's all over the place. Sometimes I even don't know how do I feel right now, or any other cases. Sometimes I ask to myself a lot, and I mean a lot, on why? I have no idea what's going on right now. I have no idea what I'm feeling right now, and I have no idea what to do. It's just sad. thinking yourself you're living in a small box, and that box is dark. You see everything around you and it's all dark, it's all black, and you have no idea what to do. The only thing that you can do in that moment is just sit there and terrified. Sometimes those kind of thing really hurts us, because silence can be very deadly at that moment. You have no idea what to do. You have nothing, and I mean nothing. And the only thing that is basically keeping you sane is yourself asking that question over and over again. But in truth, everybody felt that. Everybody felt that. Sometimes it's hard to escape from our very own little box. But we need to escape from it, or else we'll be drowned by darkness and never see the light ever again. So, remember, do not live in a small box. Expand your mind a little bit and try to absorb everything that is around you. Always try to see the positive side of things. And I believe everything can be positive. It depends on us. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Xiaoqi, for your openness and your perspective that you have shared. Next, let's have soon-to-be Toastmaster Tika. Hi.
Yeah,
Tika,
hi.
are you ready?
Actually, I'm sorry. Yeah, so it is actually open for everyone. That's why it is just one.
Okay, that's good. So you choose topic number 2. It is about being present. Let's see the exact topic. Is it hard to live in the present? And why?
Yeah, thank you. So about the question, is it hard to live in the present? Is actually, I would say, the topic of to be present, to be mindful is the something like kind of topic that I've been popped up for, like, this past 3 years, 2 years, I think. That's why it's really nice to see actually a lot of people rise this kind of issue in social media, in YouTube. There are a lot of influencers, because actually being present is actually kind of maybe in the past people not really aware about, and then maybe it's something that people maybe hide from them, because actually being present is actually maybe a lot of people have worries right now. I mean, in this kind of era, millennial or Gen Z actually have a lot of worriness in their mind right now about the future. So being present is actually one thing. Being mindful, being present is actually the kind of thing that's really help us to live right now. I mean, first of all, it's really be really good for our mentality, and especially in this moment where it's really difficult for everyone to cope mentally, because we cannot go anywhere, and then also for some people who lost their job and then far away from their family, they have no friend, they live alone. So that's kind of thing. It's really, I mean, a lot of people struggling right now. And one thing that I actually apply or try to apply right now is being present. Being present, it means that just being grateful for what you have now. There is no point to like worry about anything that maybe haven't happened. Like, for example, when is this pandemic going to over? It's not actually our task to think about that. It's actually would make us lose our energy instead of giving something positive. So yeah, I think that's all. And then also the way that I try to be present in the moment is actually doing things that I really like. maybe in the past, maybe I'm really busy with my working, so I have no time with myself. I have no time to actually like really thinking about what I really want to do in this life, and then what it make it like important to me, and also can be useful for everyone maybe around me. Something that I really actually think a lot lately. and and also about the meditation. Maybe someone already mentioned about meditation. Yes, I I I do meditation as well. It's like maybe only 5 minutes in the mornings, and then yeah, I mean, thinking about being grateful to God that yeah, we are here, we are healthy, and then we still alive. And even though maybe a lot of our friends maybe uh, is in difficult moments, so it's actually our time to share our if you have a positive energy. And then yeah, I think that's the thing that we can share to others, and share that yeah, we cannot handle anything. The only thing that we can handle actually now. I think that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, soon to be Toastmaster Tika. You've mentioned a lot of things. You covered the whole things about worry, about also enjoying the moment by doing things that you like, and also about meditation and mindfulness. Thank you very much. Next, we will have Toastmaster Redika. You get topic about meme, topic number 3. So this is for you. Regarding to living the moment, I think you can relate this. Need more time or explanation?
Let's see.
Okay, 1 until 2 minutes, Toastmaster Redika.
There was a strong connection to free wireless. Yeah, it has to do greatly to our topic today, which is to live at the moment, because sometimes it's better instead of seeking for free password of the Wi-Fi in a certain restaurants when we have quality time with our partners. Say it's better to just forget all that activity and just immerse in the activity that you are about to do with your partner. Say have a good conversations, getting to know each other in that manner. That's far more important and far more significant than minding more about whether or not there is a Wi-Fi in the restaurants. That's the essence of being mindful, of being present, of living in the moment, which is just to enjoy each moment with whatever you are, whoever you are with at a particular moment. If it is with your friends, with your families, with your significant others, just make good use of the time and just forget about your phone, forget about your connection, Wi-Fi and stuff. Just focus on the activity, because once it's past, it will be a memory, and it's better to create a good one by creating a good memory. And so when we reminisce our past activity, we wouldn't have the regretful thought, why I shouldn't have like mind more about the Wi-Fi password, instead of at the time I should have said something that I should have said to the person, for example. So yeah, I think it's the meme reminds all of us to just enjoy the present and have a connection, a really deep connection with the one we are about to have a good quality time with, say, and just immerse in that activity wholly and truly. So yeah, that's great topic anyway. So back to Toastmaster of the meeting. Yeah, double topic
Okay.
of the meeting. I mean Toastmaster Hansel. Great one.
Thank you, Toastmaster Redika, for mentioning this focus on connecting with the person rather than connecting with the Wi-Fi to enjoy the moment. Yes, that's great. Next, we have Toastmaster Stephanie about planning. So this is for you. Oh, sorry. About planning. In your opinion, how specific should we plan for the future? But sorry, you are muted.
So I'm a planner at work, which means that in my line of work, I have to plan what's going to happen in 5 or 10 minutes. So every 10 minutes, there should be something else is in plan, and it gets tiring. And so what happened to my life after work, I try not to plan at all. For example, whenever I go traveling, and my traveling can be like 3 weeks in Korea or a week in Sri Lanka. I just went there with my backpack without any planning. I didn't even check what the tourist destination or whatever. I didn't check at all. I just went there and see what happens. I just booked the first hotel, the first location, and I let it flow from there. And apparently that travel, that way of traveling or that way of not planning actually opens up a lot of opportunities for me, that I get to see people that I would not have met if I planned it before. I went to places that only locals know, and then I eat stuff that are not even on websites. And that is, I think it makes my life balanced. And I think that's the most important thing in life. It's about balance. We cannot say that you have to plan everything because we only know so far. But we also cannot tell people, oh, don't plan, just be spontaneous. How there are things to plan. If you don't have any savings, think about it. What kind of living you will have this pandemic if you never save at all? So thank goodness for some kind of planning that we did. However, it's always important to be balanced and just take life as it is. Even if you make plans, try to hold your plans and your possession with open arms like this and let it flow like sand on over your fingers. And what's left, that's what you have on the presence, and that way you can be immersed with your presence. That's all for me. Back to you, Toastmaster TM.
Thank you, Toastmaster Stephanie. You're mentioning about balance. That's the nice thing, that plan in certain side and on the other side, go with the flow. Thank you for giving your point of view. Next, we will have Toastmaster Hegi. He will get the topic about another point of view. This is,
Sir.
Is living in the moment always beneficial for us? And tell us your reason. Because our meeting theme is about living in the moment, but you can mention if it is not beneficial in certain way.
Right. So, yeah. Okay, good evening, fellow Toastmasters. So, is living in the moment always beneficial to us? It is, actually. Living in the moment is always beneficial. But looking at the past and looking at the present, I believe is also part of living in the moment. The best analogy for this is driving a car, right? When you're driving a car, you see forward to the road, but you also have the, what do you call it? The mirror to look behind your car. But whenever you're looking forward, or whenever you're looking at the mirror to the back, it is always for the reason that for the moment. You are looking ahead, looking what might comes to you. You are planning I should go left, I should slow down, I should speed up to save the moment. You look at the mirror, you look what's behind you, what you have passed. Is there anything dangerous behind you? To ensure that you live in the moment. So it's not a matter of you should only look at the present. You cannot look at the past, you cannot look at the future. No. But it is always because you live in a moment, you need to sometimes look forward and look backward to ensure that the moment you live is the moment worth living. Thank you. Back to Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hegi. A nice thing from your opinion, and a nice closing too. Next, we have Toastmaster Sandra about regret. Well, let me share my screen. So this is the topic for you. Tell us your experience of handling regrets.
30 seconds, right?
Of course. By the way, I will signal the time for you.
Okay. Oh, can.
Okay, the time is yours.
While living in the moment, like immersed in this condition, I can help not to think about how if something bad happens to my dear ones. And you know, that includes my parents just being stay at home and can be with them like constantly. I can see how they become aging, the hair becomes wider, the physical becomes weaker, and then like so many uncertain threats around us. And then like, you know, my mom happened to got positive COVID like twice in a year. So all of those things like really makes me anxious. And I just, from that moment on, when my parents happened to tested positive for the COVID, I just set my intention to I don't want to have any regret in my life if like the worst scenario I can ever think of really does happen. So why I do setting this intention, because I have my own regrets. I don't think I am that grateful kids in my younger years. I am not appreciating, maybe I don't see the value of what they give to me. Like, you know, like sometimes I can become rebel and maybe saying words that hurt my parents. And gosh, I mean, I cannot recall it like right now. I can cry, but how I handle regrets is, well, regrets is in the past, and now I have my intention clear. I don't want to repeat it anymore, and I really want to enjoy the moment and the life that we have right now. Just to make the most out of it. I want to make them happy. I want to be there when they need me. I want just to take care of them. So that's how I handle my regrets, not to ponder open my mistake, but just to create the better future with them. So yeah, thank you for the topic, Toastmaster Hansel. That's all for me.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Sandra, for your openness and your message to us that it happened and let's be present. Thank you very much. And because of the time, that's all the speakers line for today. And I would like to ask for timer report. By the way, I'll give
Okay.
to you.
Okay, anyway, the topics are all very deep, yeah. I think everyone's doing a great job in immersing with the topics, yet being attentive with the time. So Toastmaster Xiaoqi has spent 2 minutes and 34 seconds. Soon to be Toastmaster Tika has spent 3 minutes and 55 seconds. Toastmaster Redika, 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Toastmaster Stephanie, 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Toastmaster Hegi, 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Oh, and my time, thank you, Toastmaster Hans, is 2 minutes and 28 seconds.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Sandra. Could you please send the list of qualified speakers to our ballot counter, Toastmaster Melisa? It's okay, just use the chat box so she can prepare for the voting platform. And while we are waiting, I think our Tom has a few words.
Should I have a few words? No, I just want to say thank you, Toastmaster Hans. Yeah, like you probably already read on our chat box, people think this is a very deep topic. And also, I have the same thing. I agree with them. It's a very deep topic. And I don't know, I just want to say that tonight's topic is I'm grateful to be here tonight, and I wish everybody also feel the same thing with me. Yeah, of course, like you always say, there is always a room for improvement, but at least in the present moment, as we enjoy our present. Okay, the ballot already shared. So should we ask Toastmaster Sandra for counting 1 minute for people to vote our best speaker for tonight? What do you think, Toastmaster Hans?
That should be good.
Okay, Toastmaster Sandra, can you create 1 minute of silence, and guests and also Toastmasters member, please vote your best speakers for tonight. Please let us know, Toastmaster Sandra, if the time is up.
Yes, sure, Toastmaster Nanda.
So until we, while we wait, Toastmaster Hans, what do you think about present moment and what you do to always remember for living in the present? Do you want to share with us?
Okay. Actually, as I also consider the past and the future as part of myself, because we learn so much from the past, and we also have some part of our control to our future, although not every aspect. And the only actionable thing is in the present. So it's okay to learn from the past, it is okay to plan for the future, but the exact moment is right now, and we can enjoy it because our time is so limited, and it is a pleasure to be a human being. I mean, yeah, something like that, because yeah, we need to live our life purposefully, because I believe that. And I'm not really an expert into mindfulness, mental health, or living in the present, but that's from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Sandra. So the time is already up, right?
Yes, I hope everyone has voted, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Sandra, and also thank you, Toastmaster Melisa, for your work, your effort for tonight. And also, thank you. Please give applause for our table topic master, Toastmaster Hans, for his amazing topic. Toastmaster Hans, can I take the control for starting now?
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for conducting amazing table topic. Everyone, wow, it's already half of our meeting. So before we close our meeting, of course, we want to have insight for our better improvement for the next meeting or in the next session or in your life, in your real life. That's why we will start our evaluation session that will be conducted by our Madam GE, Toastmaster Redika. Toastmaster Redika, are you ready for giving your evaluation?
Yes.
Okay, so the screen is yours, Toastmaster Redika.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Nanda. So we are now jumping to the last session, which is evaluation report section. Because we have only one evaluator today, Toastmaster Stephanie, that will evaluate Toastmaster Hansel's speech for today. So without further ado, I would like Toastmaster Stephanie to give her evaluation report for our prepared speaker performance today.
People, aren't you sick of these overly confident people that you've seen in your life that probably works with you? Toastmaster Hans, your speech is very relatable. And exactly that's how you started your speech. You try to relate the content of your speech with your audience. And exactly, we all immediately react to it. And that's how you know we pay attention to your speech. So good job with that. I also love that you have source on each side. This is a research and presenting project and you should do it. But not many did it, right? But you did. Good job. Also, on the side, you use humor. What's up, university? What's that? Well, I don't know whether you coined the term or not, but that was funny. And that made your presentation lighthearted and enjoyable. But you know what? Your best asset is your voice. You have this kind of convincing, charismatic tone in your voice that probably, when you have your own kid, you can make them eat vegetables and do their homework. You're just saying that, do your homework, but then you have that tone that make people believe in what you said. Awesome. And if I can add something to your speech, is that my biggest problem is just in that you use, I don't know whether you're trying to make humor with this, but you use the terms of megalomania, narcissism. Disclaimer, I teach psychology. So these terms are diagnostics and psychopathology term and should not be used in a lighthearted note or used without context. Just like, you won't call people having cancer, right? If you're not a doctor or if you're not a, tumor doctor. So be careful with your use of terms. I would suggest you probably use, you can say this overly confident people instead of megalomania, or you can call it annoyingly arrogant people instead of narcissistic, okay, and megalomania. That's it. And to challenge yourself in your next speech, I want you to use even more personal story. Share something that you've experienced before. If I'm not mistaken, your next project would be understanding your communication style, right? Now, with that project and your tone of voice, imagine if you tell a story. And you know what? I think you can mix your speech with some ASMR, perhaps, make us happy. And so I think that will give more impact in your speech. because you already have that convincing tone, and pair that with some technique. You already have the convincing tone, add some vocal variety, for example, and add some personal story, and absolutely that will make you not overly confident, but exactly competently confident person. Thank you very much. Back to you, GE.
Okay, thank you for the comprehensive, thorough, and in-depth evaluation for Toastmaster Stephanie. I believe Toastmaster Hassel will learn the lesson from your evaluation. Okay, now we will shift to another role takers report. We will first have a report from grammarian for Toastmaster Hegi. Please report your grammar error findings.
Right. Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Redika. So first of all, what I really like about this meeting, almost all the speakers are taking their time with delivering their speech. So there are not a lot of mistakes that are made because you're taking your time. You are, most of the speakers, especially our three speakers, have good control of the pauses, good control of the speech, so good control of grammar also. But anyway, in Toastmasters, as always, there are things that can be improved. There's always room for improvement. There are several findings that I would like to share. First is, I heard someone mention that I will be take notes. So it's better to use I will take notes. Then I heard someone saying, avoid me to realize that there are so many things, blah, blah, blah. I believe it's better to use lead me to not realize that there are so many things, blah, blah, blah. And then I heard someone say, we need to think structured. I guess it's better to use we need to think structurally. And then I also heard someone said that I have research. So research is actually usually used as a noun, although it can be used as a verb, but normally it's a transitive verb that needs to be followed by an object. So I suggest it is better to use, I would like to share the things that I found during my research. And then I heard someone say, very touch your heart, referring to other story. A better version of it will be, the story is very heartfelt. It's very heartfelt. And then, yeah, that's all. The highlights that I found throughout the meetings. Thank you, and back to General Evaluator. You are still muted, General Evaluator.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, thank you for your insight on our grammar usage today. So yeah, we know how to use words properly as well, and you point out which ones the part that the speakers need to fix the next time around. So let's move to another role. Toastmaster Alita, they will report on her role as word and W word of the day counter of today. So please give your report, Toastmaster Alita.
All right, thank you, Madam GE. Hello, fellow Toastmasters and all the guests. So as I mentioned earlier, that this time I will be reporting my report as the ANWOD counter. So I will begin with the prepared speech speaker. Today we have two prepared speech speaker, Toastmaster Redika and Toastmaster Hansel. I noted that Toastmaster Redika has two A&M, 3 long pauses, and the word of the day mentioned once. While Toastmaster Hansel, you have 1 long pauses. So moving on to the table topic speaker, we have 6 table topic speaker. Toastmaster Shauki has 1 ANMR and word of the day mentioned once. And then soon to be Toastmaster Tika has one and one long pause and 0 word of the day mentioned. Third one, we have Toastmasters Redika. You have one and R, 0 word of the day mentioned. Fourth, we have Toastmaster Stephanie mentioning 1 word of the day. 0 and 0 repeated words, 0 long pause. Toastmasters Hegi, I noticed that you have 1 and 1 long pause. Toastmaster Sandra mentioned once about our word of the day today. And then moving on to the evaluation session, we have the only evaluator, Toastmaster Stephanie. I noticed that she has 1 and So I think that's all probably from the ANWOD report. Hoping that this will be useful for your speech days ahead. So all right, thank you so much. We'll giving back the floor to our Madam GE, Toastmaster Redika.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Alita, for your report for today's counter and pauses that the speakers had did today. So I would love to evaluate today's meeting. It started on time this time. The Zoom host prepared some time for the participants to be immersed on the atmosphere of the meeting by playing relaxing instrument. That's a good point. There are a lot of positive things that I noticed as well. The guests are again warmly welcomed. That's one great point. The president, Toastmaster Hansel, as well, introduced us to Toastmasters before the meeting in a concise manner. That's a good prologue before the meeting ventured further. It's in its core parts, keep up the good work. And the Toastmasters of the meeting were exceptionally engaging as well and mastered the team fully. And it was manifested by her welcoming attitude that made us, the participants, eventually enjoyed and live in the moment. That's a good one. The table topic master, Toastmaster Hansel, again has a unique ways of defining the topics that everyone can relate to, and it's pretty deep. I can tell. It made the participant attracted to join the session. He made good use of visual aids too. Again, for you, keep up the good work. And then the timer, Toastmaster Sandra, did excellent on her first try. Keep it up. It goes the same to other roles, the grammarian and ballot counter. It will be better if you guys use visual aid, especially for the grammarian. So the speakers, we can learn at least we can know visually which one that we need to fix, and we can remember it well. But by far, it's already great. You guys give a thorough reports regarding your roles. They perform well. Keep up the good work again for all of you. That's the wrap of evaluation about the running of today's meeting. So back to Toastmasters of the meeting, Toastmaster Nanda.
Thank you, Toastmaster Redika, for your very comprehensive and detailed evaluation. We are glad to know you, to be with you tonight. Again, thank you. Okay, so we already in the end of the session, but before we close the meeting, are you curious who is the winner for the best speaker of table topic?
Yes.
If yes, please call our ballot who will announce who is the best speaker, and I'm really curious to know that. Toastmaster Melisa, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nanda. So everyone, we have voted earlier for your most favorite table topic speakers, and I already have the winner. And Toastmaster Nanda, would you please share your screen? The winner is, are you ready? Ta-da! Toastmaster Stephanie, congratulations on our most favorite table topic speakers for tonight's meeting. So Toastmaster Stephanie, do you want to say some things? as a commemorative speech?
Well, I was very inspired by all the speech that I've heard, especially by you, Toastmaster Melisa. It's very inspiring, and thank you for sharing. It warms my heart very much. I feel like I turned off my camera, and I'm glad I did so because I was about to cry, thinking about all the friends that that grieving. I also grieved as well, and I really wish at that time to not tell everyone because I'm like, I don't want anybody to make comments, right? The comments are just so annoying. However, yeah, it's very important to see that action speaks louder, right? When you really care about someone. So yeah, so thank you very much for inviting me, Toastmaster Hans, and thank you very much everyone for sharing your stories, and it's very inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Stephanie, and also your comment as well. So I think that's it. That's our winner for tonight's meeting. I will give back the control to our Toastmaster Nanda.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Melisa, and sorry for the inconvenience about the sound.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay, wow. Finally, this is the end of our meeting. It's very insightful, and I can say we enjoy our present moment in here. Thank you for coming, and we already take a picture. So for now, please let me give back the control to our president, Toastmaster Hans. Toastmaster Hans, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nanda, for conducting this meeting very well and adapting with that Zoom things. That is amazing. And as we know that Toastmasters wear many hats. There are a lot of Toastmasters club actually, and I would like to say thank you to all visiting Toastmasters who have joined here, and let's have some words from them. First, perhaps let's hear from Toastmaster Stephanie.
Yes.
You can announce your club also.
Oh, yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Stephanie from the Ultimate Toastmasters. Our next meeting is actually on 17th of August. Yes, Independence Day. We're going to do our meeting on that day. And we will have an edu speech. If I'm not mistaken, Lord Dolly, past international president of Toastmasters, will come and deliver her edu speech on on being leaders, I think. Yes. So please come. It's August 17 at 7 to 9. So please come, spare some time, and see you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Stephanie. Next, Toastmaster Hegi.
Yes, so actually, my club and Stephanie's club are having a meeting at the same date. But yeah, anyway, we are still finalizing that. So yeah, I am from Lipokarachi Toastmasters Club. The next schedule supposedly is also 17th of August, also 7 to 9. So if you're interested to experiencing how to join two Toastmasters meeting at the same time, please join LKTC and the Ultimates. To get the earliest update on our meeting schedules, you can follow our Instagram at lktc.toastmasters. I will put it up in the chat box. Thank you, and thank you again, Toastmaster Hans and Motivators team for inviting me today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hegi. Next, let's have Toastmaster Attila.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Attila from Metropolitan Toastmasters Club. So the good thing, the math schedule is not exactly the same with both Toastmasters Hegi and Toastmaster Stephanie. So you can just come to both our club. So actually, our next meeting will be on Tuesday, and we are having the Zoom. We are having the meeting with our own Zoom. Actually, we divide. Some part we are having with our own Zoom, and some part having with at America, if you are familiar with. So come to Metropolitan Toastmasters Club and see you there. Thank you. Back to you, the president, Toastmaster Hans.
Thank you, Toastmaster Attila. I think so far we have covered all the visiting Toastmaster, right? Nothing left? Okay. And now let's have some words from our guest. You can introduce yourself, a little bit about you, maybe 1 until 2 sentences, and then your first impression about us, and what is your expectation for next. Perhaps from Ferik and Drew. Could you please give some words to us?
Yeah, so okay, so my name is Ferik, and I'm currently just like first time joining this meeting, and yeah, basically my first expectation may be just like enjoy and learn how to like public speaking in general. I think that's it.
Thank you, soon to be Toastmaster Ferik. I hope you enjoy and gain insight, and see you in the next occurrence. We have in the next 2 weeks in 18th of August in the same time on Wednesday. Next, I would like to hear some words from Ardo. Could you please introduce a bit about yourself and your expectation?
Hello, everyone. Yeah, it is my first time joining this group, and I could say that this is very enjoyable moment that I feel it like very enjoy. And my expectation, I got a lot of expectation, but one of them is I could practice my English, and yeah, and gaining some new insights, of course. Thank you.
Thank you, soon to be Toastmaster Ardo. We hope you can practice English more with us in the future. Next, perhaps from Bernadetta. Could you please share some words to us? Okay, I think nope. Perhaps soon to be Toastmaster Tika. You have tried our table topic session. Could you please give us some words about your experience here?
Yeah, actually, it's really interesting. And I found, because this is actually my first time, and I actually a little bit confused at the beginning of all the agenda of the Toastmasters, the agenda. So I'm just a little bit confused on that. But overall, I really enjoy this kind of event, and I hope that I could enjoy the next. I could join the next one. And my expectation on this one is actually so I can talk more and better in English. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, soon to be Toastmaster Tika. And I think it is time for us to end the meeting, but we need to remind you guys that our next meeting is in the next 2 weeks. For further info, you can go to heylink.me/Jakarta Motivators. It contains all of our social media information, and if you want to register to get our Zoom link also, I've sent it in the chat box. And also, a link to our YouTube channel is there, because this meeting will be uploaded probably in this weekend. So you can expect it on Sunday. You can watch this while chilling on the Sunday. So can we end this meeting by sound of a gong? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Hans Tampo speaking, and we sign out of this meeting.